Hello everyone. How are you? Hope you all are doing okay and your families are well. A Jamaican man is facing a lengthy prison term on wire fraud related charges after he appeared in U.S. court on Monday for his alleged involvement in a long-running scheme to defraud a California woman. Dwayne Anderson, 35, of Hanover, is facing federal wire fraud charges. He was arrested on an extradition on July the 11th by Jamaican authorities. He had remained in custody in Jamaica since that time. According to the indictment, from as early as 2010 until September 2017, Anderson participated in a scheme to defraud an American woman. It said that using phony names, he contacted the victim by telephone, text messages, and email and falsely informed her that she had won millions of dollars in a sweepstake. Anderson persuaded the woman, who believed the defendant's false representations, to send money to pay various fees and taxes associated with the sweepstake. He instructed the victim on how and to whom to send these payments. The indictment said Anderson repeatedly contacted the victim with additional requests to pay money and told the victim that her winnings would be forthcoming if she paid the requested money. Anderson induced the victim to travel to Jamaica in September 2017 by falsely informing her that she would be able to collect her prize winnings. He told the victim to bring US $1,600 in cash with her to Jamaica and instructed the victim to give the money to a driver that met her at the airport. The victim paid the purported fees but never received any of her reported winnings. Anderson is charged with 8 counts of wire fraud filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of South Dakota in February 2023 and was unsealed upon the defendant's extradition to the United States on August 22. If convicted, Anderson faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for each count. Firstly, I believe Anderson deserved to pay for his crimes because he defrauded her point blank. But you know what? I always wondered the thinking of some of these victims. This Lotto-Scamming business been going on for umpteens of years, and it is publicly known unless you live under a bubble or in an iron box. You would have seen advertisements warning the public. You would have heard it on the news. You would have seen stories with interviews that goes out on social media. There's even posters put up around communities in these first world countries, around the post office, around the Western Unions, in the paper shops. But yet, they still get caught up in being convinced by these criminals. Let's have a little chat. So, someone calls you and says you win millions of dollars in a sweepstake. Firstly, did you enter a sweepstake? Did you even buy a sweepstake ticket? If not, why would you think that you are a winner of a sweepstake? That is the first thing. Because I can bet my bottom dollar that many of the victims never ever entered a sweepstake and never ever bought a sweepstake ticket. So how do you allow a stranger to convince you you were in a sweepstake draw? All you got to do, is from you never entered a sweepstake. Hang up your phone. Okay, say you were somehow convinced you were entered in a sweepstake by some miracle and you are so special to be chosen. Remember, this would be new money you never knew you had. All you have to do, instead of throwing your earned money that you have at them, instruct the representative to take all payments from your winnings and then give you the rest. And bear in mind, if that is not possible or they convince you that that is not possible, hang up your phone. You can't throw live money at hope money. You can go as far as to tell them they can take 10% for themselves after all the payments are done and send you the rest of your winnings. So now you sit down there, chatter on phone every time these scammers call until man convince you to come to Jamaica to come pay some money and collect your winnings. So you really and truly, in your thinking mind, thought it makes sense to travel all the way to Jamaica to give the money to a taxi man at the airport? Why not go to an official building to pay this money and collect your receipt where you can get more information? Remember, they say that you win millions, From he mentioned that you to give the money to a taxi man at the airport, a warning light should have come off in your head, or your gut feeling must have said, no man, this don't make sense. So really and truly, you really thought that when you're going to collect the millions, is a taxi man going to meet you at the airport and give you that money? You're really that trusting and believing that is possible? How naive can one be to believe that? The greatest thing is you are alive to tell the tales, because it could have been worse. Like he could have sent a taxi to pick you up from the airport with the money and you'll never be seen again. Another thing I always wonder, why would anyone believe a third world country like Jamaica has so much millions to give away at sweepstakes? I can never understand the victims thinking at the time when they are called by these scammers. Listen to me. Anyone call you to give you anything, be it money, real estate, or automobile, and ask you to send money first, it's not meant for you. Tell them to sell it and take what they need to pay whatever taxes or bills they need to pay and send the rest to you. If it's money winnings, tell them take all the charges from your winnings and send the rest to you. Remember, you were already surviving without this winning. You never knew you had and will continue surviving. So advise them to do what they have to do and send the remaining balance to you. And if they're not able to do so and trying to convince you otherwise, to take your fresh live money that you work for to throw at hopeful winnings, hang up your phone, and that's the end of that. In general, I've always known that anything that sounds too good to be true generally is too good to be true. Just remember that you are in control of your phone. Hang up your phones when these scammers call you, because at the end of the day, they are not doing it because of the love of you. They are doing it for the love of money that they want from you. Another thing that is more apparent in this day and age is that when somebody call you and tell you about a winnings, find out what is the name of this sweepstake. You get the name, you jot it down since you want to get into talking with them. Okay? And find out more information about it. You tell them, okay, you'll get back to them, or they will say, okay, I will call you back. You know what you do? You go up on Google. Google not giving you anything wrong. You Google wherever the sweepstake name. You Google about lotto winnings, how it is transferred to the winners, etc. Just Google. Google is at your fingertip. Once you have a phone, once you have access to internet, once you have access to computer, any information them tell you, go Google it. Right then and there, if these places don't have official buildings and outlet and real live persons there without it being this specific caller only, not by only phone numbers that they give you, because they have a way of giving you phone numbers when them know them have 4 phones and they are going to be the same one answering them and changing up them voices. All you got to do is Google, find out things for yourself. No matter how naive you are, Google helps you to get more information on what you need to know. Anyway guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.